we are. Hey there,
Hi folks, Ellen Wells here with, you know who this guy is? P. Alan Smith. How you doing, Alan?
I'm doing great. I'm having a wonderful time here. How about you?
I am having a great time. Great time. I love the show. These are my people.
What do you like about it?
What do I? Oh, who's doing the interview here?
I'm doing the interview. I thought that's what you said. I'm interviewing you.
I like it's like old home week here.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, it's fun for me to see lots of people who I've gotten to know over the years here in the industry. It's also fun to see all these different products. Each year there's new and different things that are coming out that are responding to trends that we're seeing out there in the public.
Speaking of trends, a big one is farm to table, and you are big into that.
I am. I think it's very important.
To what extent?
Well, I think it's important that we think about where our food comes from. It starts with a level of consciousness. I think it's really important to, if you can, grow some of your own food, but if you can't, you should buy locally. Well, for a number of reasons. One is that, you know, why not support your local farmers?
Exactly. They need it.
Well, and they do need it, and you're keeping the money in your community, and you're supporting these families. You also know where the food's coming from. You're also probably getting varieties that you're not going to be able to get if it's being shipped halfway across the country. So the flavor's there as well. And then you don't have, well, that carbon footprint issue with fuel, trucking, and transporting foods from long distances. Yeah.
So can you recommend any new varieties coming out for the home garden, vegetable garden?
Well, there are a lot of good old standbys that I always fall back on, and there are new varieties that are out. I tend to, for instance, this year we planted 57 varieties of tomatoes.
Wow.
And, you know, we always try some new ones, but, you know, I really fall back on the standbys. I love Celebrity. It's a huge producer. Of the cherry types, I'm crazy about that little pear-shaped yellow one. That one's so good. I love the Sun Golds. You know, I love currant tomatoes. I mean, you know, I just like them
Currant
all.
tomatoes, I've never heard of that.
Yeah. No, I love tomatoes. Yeah. You know, you've got, well, Charlie's Mortgage Lifter, which is very good. Have you tried that one? It's a very good old variety. So, you know, you can look at what's new, but then there's so many fun old heirloom varieties to try that can really make vegetable gardening not only delicious and productive, but a lot of fun.
Right. Speaking of fun, you have heirloom ducks, is that right?
We have heirloom poultry.
Poultry.
Yes, we have. We started the Heritage Poultry Conservancy in 2009, and we have on our farm some examples of heritage poultry. We have about 7 breeds of chicken. We try to keep those big old standard breeds that our grandparents and great-grandparents raised, like Barred Plymouth Rocks and New Hamp Reds and Black Giants and Silver-Laced Wyandottes.
I call them fancy chickens.
Well, these are not fancy. Yeah, these are the meat birds and the egg producers that we used to have, right? We do have a few fancy ones, but not many of those. And the oldest breed that we have is one called the Silver Gray Dorking, which was really brought to Britain by the Romans, by Caesar's conquering armies, and it's really quite a beautiful, beautiful bird.
So when am I coming over for dinner?
Anytime you want. You just got to help me cook it. Are you a cook?
I love cooking.
You do? Do you have my cookbook?
I don't.
We need to. Got to work on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you like to cook?
I love to bake.
Okay.
I make a mean Dutch apple pie.
Really?
I make my own pasta.
What makes it Dutch?
That's a good question. I don't know. That's what the recipe said.
Really? Well, one of the tricks with my apple pie is to do a reduction. Yes. I like to take and reduce some apple juice or apple cider down.
Milk to yours?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. Yeah, that's interesting. I should try that. You know, I love to cook, and I love to cook what we grow in our gardens.
Yes, me too.
We have an acre vegetable garden, so there's all kinds of great stuff coming out of there all the time. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I'm gonna come over, and we are gonna make dinner.
That's right. You're gonna help me clean out the chicken house too, right?
Yes. Okay.
It's been great seeing you, Ellen.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.